Well, Lauren, you may have heard his name, but have you seen his stat line? I took a deeper dive into A.J. Epenesa's monster game against the Cornhuskers. 14.5 tackles, 9 of which were solo, 4.5 were for a loss, and 2 of them were for sacks. A.J. Epinesa was showing Nebraska who the real king of the corn was on Black Friday. A.J. Epinesa has been automatic all year, but today he kicked it into another gear.
I was having some success, and I was just around the ball all the time, and that's just something I've been wanting to do all season long, and I had an opportunity to do that tonight.
Coming into the season, many people thought Epinesa was going to put up crazy stats and numbers since game 1, the day he got his first start. But the storyline soon began to change as teams were making it a point to shut him down. And even though he wasn't getting the numbers, AJ was still making huge impacts in the game. The 5-star recruit and future NFL draft pick has said all year the numbers don't matter. But after this monster game against Nebraska, the D-end opened up a bit about his frustration.
No, I wouldn't say, I guess. I mean, numbers-wise, yeah, but I think in reality, numbers, they don't really matter when it comes to, like, the kind of attention I was receiving. And it's just like I said earlier, it's about want to and getting to the ball, and just if you really want to make plays, then it's hard to keep you away from the ball whenever you're really trying to get to the ball.
There's a chance that this bowl game could be the last time we see AJ in a Hawkeye uniform. The junior defensive end is a huge prospect in the NFL draft, and just like every football player, the NFL, it's the dream. Wow, he looks good in black and gold, but with talent like that, I won't be surprised to see him at the next level.
And I would maybe wouldn't mind to see him in a Redskins uniform.
A.J. Epinesa and TikTok star / governor of Nebraska / America's favorite kicker Keith Duncan led the Hawkeyes to a solid 9-3 record, but it didn't come without its ups and downs.
That's right, Cade. They started out strong and ended after a middle of the season with some hiccups. They were able to bounce back.
In the beginning of the season, the Hawkeyes were posting dominant wins over Miami of Ohio and Rutgers.
And we can't forget about that exciting 18-17 win over Iowa State.
Well, they dropped off a little bit in the middle of the season with back-to-back losses, but both were by a thin margin.
But the real heartbreaker of this season was the loss to Wisconsin of only 2 points.
That failed 2-point conversion is still haunting.
But the Hawkeyes were able to close out strong, not only defeating then undefeated Minnesota at Kinnick, but also Illinois, and then the Cornhuskers to take the Heroes Trophy for the 5th year in a row.
Iowa football is likely to play in the Holiday Bowl, which is in San Diego, and that would be on December 27th.
And as always, Hawkeye fans travel well, especially to warm places.
Speaking of Hawkeye fans traveling well, there was a large crowd in Vegas last week to watch the men's basketball team in the Las Vegas Invitational.
The Hawkeye faithful were able to watch the team go all the way to the championship, including an upset win over number 12 Texas Tech.
But they lost in a hard-fought championship game to San Diego State University.
Despite that, the Hawks are having a solid start to the season, sitting at 5-2, with their only loss being to DePaul.
And a player to look out for is Luka Garza, who has a whopping 137 points already this season.
To put that into perspective, the next closest is C.J. Frederick with 78.
Luka's been a beast. Would you just look at him go, and I'm sure it's not going to slow down.
An absolute tank. I don't know if you saw the elbow he took against San Diego State.
Garza and the boys are heading to New York to play Syracuse tonight at 6 p.m.
Luka Garza and Keith Duncan are the stars of the Hawkeye sports world so far this year.
Kind of like you and I are the stars of DITV.
You got that right, Cade. And don't forget to vote for Keith for the Lou Groza Award,
which you can do by simply going to www.lougrozaaward.com.
Check back tomorrow for an update on Jordan Bohannon and if he's going to be able to play the rest of the season.
Lauren, back to you.